as you've been saying. So you just want to make sure you bring a cooler full of ice cubes.
Yeah. Good thing to put in coolers.
You know, I have so many ideas. You just keep asking me.
All the cool things, anything you can think of to cool down this weekend, especially if you're headed to any of those outdoor events, which does include the Canyon County Fair that's going on this weekend. It kicked off yesterday, and I mean, look at these temperatures. That is just hot. So definitely, if you're going to be outside this weekend, take those precautions against heat-related illness, because definitely anyone outside for an extended period of time in this heat is at risk for those symptoms of heat exhaustion, heat stroke, things like that. Especially, I mean, in the western parts of the Treasure Valley, Ontario, 109 for today. The West Central Mountains also, you know, continuing to heat up with temperatures, I mean, in the mid-90s in McCall. Definitely hot for up there in the mountains. There's also the possibility of some scattered thunderstorms today, both in the east and west central mountains. So definitely something to keep in mind if that is where you're waking up this morning or you're headed that way. Maybe you're wanting to spend the weekend up in the mountains, go camping, anything like that. Just keep that in mind for sure. And in the Magic Valley, still temperatures right below that 100-degree mark, but still hot. Smoke is going to continue to be a factor for most regions of the state today. We'll get some lighter smoke than what we saw yesterday in the Treasure Valley. So a little bit of a break from that heavier smoke, because today the smoke is coming from California rather than coming from the Moose Fire north of Stanley. But the Magic Valley definitely going to see some heavier smoke from that fire today. Tomorrow morning, a fresh round of smoke from the Moose Fire comes and is headed our way towards the Treasure Valley, probably at least impacting Mountain Home with some of that heavier smoke. So if it's looking even hazier outside than it had been, that's why. Now, with this near record heat that we've been talking about, we've got some advisories to go over. So the Treasure Valley is now under an excessive heat warning because those temperatures have continued to warm up. So we're out of the heat advisory. The West Central Mountains, the McCall area, now under a heat advisory, and this area around Stanley continues to be under a red flag warning, in part because of those scattered thunderstorms that I was talking about and that fire danger from lightning. Now, I mean, look at this. This is very scattered. Definitely more focused in the East Central Mountains than the West Central Mountains, but just something to keep in mind and be aware of in those regions so you're not caught by surprise from this rain. Now in the Treasure Valley, we're going to continue to warm up little by little until we get to Sunday with that 107, but that is the peak of this heat wave. We're going to start cooling down starting on Monday. But then we kind of cool down quickly next week. We get to the mid-90s by Tuesday, by Wednesday, 92 degrees, those lows coming down as well, ending the week with that 61 degrees and ending the week in the low 90s.